Oh, hello to the 800 new subscribers on this channel. Oh my god. I don't even know where to begin with that. I'm just gonna say thank you. I'm so grateful to have been welcomed so warmly by the booktube community. I can't wait to get to know more of you. But if you are new here, hi, I'm Blaine Christopher, and this is Blaine's Book Club. This week's video is like a cluster of all things fall. In this video, my friends and I go to Hampton Bays, New York to celebrate the ending of summer in the best way we know how. We had a glam funeral, divas. In this video, I also read The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena. We will read and review this thriller mystery together. And then, last but not least, I asked some friends and family for their recommendations on their favorite thriller, horror, and mystery books to help build my fall TBR. So you and I, we're gonna take a little trip to the Strand, which is an independent bookstore chain in New York City, and we're gonna pick out some fun books to help build the TBR. So grab your pumpkin spice latte or your warm tea, or it's kind of still hot outside, so maybe your iced pumpkin spice latte. Get cozy and let's celebrate the beginning of fall.
Summer might be dead, but I couldn't be happier. I'm on 450 milligrams of Wellbutrin.
We may be mourning the death of summer, but I'm always the life of the party.
They've got the glam, I've got the grill, and together, we're serving it hot.
If I had a secret, you'd know it, because I can't shut the fuck up. I may be known for my tits, but I always bring my tits.
I don't just read books. I also read bitches.
Wait, are we saying, and this is Blaine's Book Club?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're gonna I'm gonna say 3, 2,
And this is Blaine's Book Club.
Gay.
yeah, we should do one happy and one like in mourning.
Yes.
And this is Blaine's Book Club.
Wait, the way we all took that mini beat was like incredible.
Boo. I'm on page 133 of The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapena, and our main character Anne just got something suspicious in the mail. And when I tell you, I audibly gasped and turned on my camera. Dude, this book is flying by. I woke up last night at like 4 a.m. to pee, and usually I'll get back in bed and scroll or just fall asleep. But no, I picked up this fucking book because I need to know what happens next. Like, this book it started out with a bang. It was like, oh, you want a mystery? Here you go. Boop. And you keep on wanting to read. If the conclusion or plot twist of this book is lame, I'm going to throw it out the window. But I am having an excellent time so far. I definitely think I'm gonna finish this like right now. Holy shit, page 143. We're not even halfway through the book. What's going on here? What's gonna happen? I'm so confused and also a little upset because it's a little obvious. I don't know, I guess we'll have to keep reading. Page 156, I now understand how this story is gonna keep going. We're back on the mystery, okay? All right, I'm on page 202 and Marco recognizes the voice on the other side of the phone call. So I think either it's A, the bad person, or B, it's gonna be the sheriff, the detective, and it'll keep the story going. I am sad. Page 251, and I'm about to beat this bitch up. I am on page 275. It is my biggest pet peeve in mysteries when characters give up all the information they know to another character instead of talking to the detective, calling the cops, doing something to come to a conclusion, because now you're just giving away what you know, and you can't win anymore. You're giving away your power. And it's like, Duh. Hello? All right, we finished the book. As she should. As she should. As she fucking should. The Couple Next Door, a mystery by Shari Lapena, follows married couple Anne and Marco as they try to figure out who the fuck stole their baby. Marco and Anne went to a dinner party next door and left their baby sleeping alone without a babysitter because the babysitter canceled. So Marco was like, girl, if we just check on this baby every 30 minutes, everything should be totally fine. So they go to this dinner party. Marco is flirting with this bitch named Cynthia. Sorry. So they go to this dinner party. Marco is flirting with this woman named Cynthia who has requested no babies. This is an adult-only party. And Anne reluctantly leaves the baby at home and attends this party with her husband. Anne notices that her husband and Cynthia are flirting and she's kind of pissed off and really upset because she's been going through postpartum depression and she doesn't feel beautiful anymore. She feels fat and ugly, and her husband is flirting with this woman next door. And it's important to note that they take turns, Marco and Anne, checking on the baby each 30 minutes. So the night eventually ends and they head back home and the door is open. Panicking starts immediately. Anne and Marco run up the stairs to their baby's crib and finds the baby gone. Someone stole their goddamn baby. Obviously, they're freaking out. They call the cops. The detectives come and our mystery begins. This book, bitch, it's a page turner. It immediately hooks you in. Lapena does a great job making each character seem guilty. The way the book flows, you want to keep reading because almost every chapter gives you new information. And so if you have a theory, it kind of changes throughout the book. I will say some of the twists felt a little simple for my taste. I like it when my mind is like fucking blown. However, each twist and turn was very satisfying and the end was satisfying. And I think that's what's really important in a good mystery. I don't know if I can sit here and say that I love any of the characters. There are moments where you kind of hate all of them, but I think that's what makes this book so clever. You never really truly know who the hero and who the antagonists are in this book. But I definitely think it was well crafted. The baby in this book's name is Cora, and I think that's a really cute name. And I spent the entire book wanting to know if she was dead or alive. Like, Cora didn't do fucking shit to you. Why are you kidnapping her? The fuck? I like that the detective in this book wasn't an idiot. He was very smart, and it's one of my pet peeves when characters that are supposed to be smart are fucking dumb. And I felt like this character was kind of on the audience's side, and we could trust him to get us through this mystery. I did end up giving this book 3.5 stars. In my opinion, 3 stars is not a bad book. It's like, this is a solid book. So I gave it 3.5 because I felt like this is the kind of book that you want to read in a day, but not necessarily a book that you want to revisit. And a lot of my higher starred books, I want to like read again one day, but I had a great time. Hello, I am back from the Strand. Let's talk about my fall TBR. I had asked friends and family to recommend some of their faves. I found a few at the store, but I'm gonna have to find some of their recommendations elsewhere. So first, let's go through what I found at the Strand, and then we'll continue on with my TBR list. First up, we have Sophie's recommendation, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. My friend Casey was reading this at the beach trip we were just on, and everyone was kind of geeking out about it, so I'm excited to read this. Alicia Berenson's life is seemingly perfect until one night when her husband Gabriel returns home late from work and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face and then never speaks another word. Holy shit. All right, Sophie, you got me hooked. Someone shot in the face. I'm down to read it. Next up, I have a recommendation by Talon by the Agatha Christie, Murder on the Orient Express. And shockingly, I have never read an Agatha Christie novel, even though she is the most widely published author of all time, outsold only by the Bible and Shakespeare. Like, okay, Miss Christie. The murderer is with us on the train now. Just after midnight, the famous Orient Express is stopped in its tracks by a snowdrift. By morning, the millionaire Samuel Edward Ratchet lies dead in his compartment, stabbed a dozen times, his door locked from the inside. Without a shred of doubt, one of his fellow passengers is the murderer. I think what excites me the most about this book is that I already know it's going to be freaking good. I'm very excited to get into some Agatha Christie. Take a shot with the amount of times I've said her name. Next up, we have another recommendation by Talon. Beware of the Woman by Megan Abbott. JC begins to feel trapped in the cottage, her every move surveilled, her body under the looking glass. But are her fears founded, or is it simply paranoia, or cabin fever? Or, as is suggested to her, a stubborn refusal to take necessary precautions? The dense woods surrounding the cottage are full of dangers. But are the greater ones inside? Can't wait to find out when I read Beware of the Woman. All right, next up on the list. This was recommended to me by my stepmom, Kathy. First Lie Wins by Ashley Elston. Kathy described this as a gripping, fast-paced mystery. Riveting, says Lucy Foley. I think it's so funny that Lucy Foley was just like, it's riveting. Evie Porter has everything a nice Southern girl could want. I'm a nice Southern girl. A doting boyfriend, a house with a white picket fence, a tight group of friends. The only catch? Evie Porter doesn't exist. What? Okay. All right, girl. So I'm guessing she is some kind of undercover detective. This next book on the list I got from the Strand is not a recommendation by anyone, but I thought it looked interesting. It's called Hot Wax by M.L. Rio. Sensory and visceral, Hot Wax is a propulsive father-daughter story infused with rock and roll down to its very cadences. M.L. Rio is a force to be reckoned with, says Jennifer Egan. And Jennifer Egan freaking snatched me in. Well, you know what? I love rock and roll. So these next few that are going on the list are recommendations that I could not find at the Strand, so I'm just gonna have to find them elsewhere. My friend Liz recommended None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I found a couple other Lisa Jewell books in the store, but None of This Is True was not there. But rest assured, I will be getting it, and I will be reading it. Don't you even worry, Liz. My friend Megan recommended Interview with the Vampire. I know there's a TV series based on the book that she loves as well. So live, laugh, love that. I want to read the book and then I want to watch the show. Another book recommended by Kathy is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Kathy says it's horror with humor. That title completely freaking sucked me in, so we'll be adding that to the list. And these last two books that I'm adding to my TBR came from my bookshelf. Black Sheep by Rachel Harrison. I was watching a video by Ellen Made Book Club, and this was on her TBR, I believe. It sounded really interesting, so I went ahead and bought it. Nobody has a normal family, but Vesper writes is truly something else. Vesper left home at 18 and never looked back, mostly because she was told that leaving the staunchly religious community she grew up in meant she couldn't return. But then an envelope arrives on her doorstep. Inside is an invitation to the wedding of Vesper's beloved cousin Rosie. It's to be hosted at the family farm. Have they made an exception to the rule? Is the invite a sweet gesture, an olive branch, a trap? Something inside her insists she go to the wedding, even if it means returning to the toxic environment she escaped, even if it means reuniting with her mother, Constance, a former horror film star and forever ice queen. When Vesper's homecoming exhumes a terrifying secret, she's forced to reckon with her family's beliefs and her own crisis of faith in this deliciously sinister novel that explores the way family ties can bind us as we struggle to find our place in the world. And that's enough for me, and this might be first on my TBR list because I kind of want to start reading it right now. And last, we have Bury Your Gaze by Chuck Tingle. If you watched my first video on here when I go through my bookshelf, you know this has been on it. You know that I am very excited to read this book. I almost started this at the beach, but then got enthralled by The Couple Next Door. I actually have no idea what this book is about. But again, it's called Bury Your Gaze, and it's a horror book. And it's by a man named Chuck Tingle. So, of course, I'm going to read it. That is my fall TBR, and I'm excited for this season. Fall in New York is beautiful when we get it. Sometimes it goes straight from summer to winter, but when there's those few days or weeks of fall, it is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to do my best to showcase this city I love so much to you guys, so hopefully you can get a little taste of New York City fall as well. Let me know what you think of my list. Is there anything you would take off? Is there anything you would add? If you've been watching my videos, thank you so much, and if you're new here, here, please subscribe and check out the other ones I have on my channel if you want. Obviously, I'm not gonna force anyone to do anything. As the fall season approaches and the weather gets colder and the days get shorter and then it turns into winter, remember to get cozy and take care of yourself, and let's romanticize our lives together. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Say bye, Fig.